Hello and welcome back to Battle Brothers. We're still in Gold Wall, and also we still have the problem of not having enough names for all of our brothers. So, if you're watching this video, if you think that you want me to name, or if you want to help me basically name any of my brothers here, those that haven't been named yet, please put a name in the comments down below, and I will name the brothers whatever you put down there. As long as it's not like, you know, way too obscene, offensive, you know, whatever. Make sure it's like actually a fairly good name. I mean, it could be your name, it could be anything, as long as it's not, you know, silly and stuff. In the, you know, aforementioned ways. Anyways, we are still in Gold Wall. We have some like 9 days of food left, and I was thinking maybe we should buy or should hire another brother. So he takes actually 11 per day. That's quite expensive compared to some of them. You can get like cripples and stuff for like 4. They do have debilitating injuries, but they do make very good meat shields. I thought this might be good because it's only 200, but then I saw the daily wage, and that would make us, let's see, pay out 90 something crowns per day, and that would like severely limit our how long we can actually keep going here. So I think instead we're going to keep going. We can't even buy food here because they're preparing for a feast, so they have a lot of or they're just buying a bunch of food. Then again, as I said before, I think we could visit here again and sell some food. For now, I think we're going to go to Gemensnacht, look for work. If not, we might go to Harkenstadt because we can we can pay for ferry from the harbor in Harkenstadt over somewhere else. Do they have a workshop, goat pens, and a wooden watchtower? Not a lot of industry here in Gemensnacht. Kind of a small town, it seems. Organized around what might not seem like a castle to you, but technically this structure might constitute a castle, so long as it is the domicile of a lord and constructed in order to secure the surrounding lands. Then it is technically a castle. Even like a small tower can be a castle, so long as a lord lives there. We could hire this monk. He's very cheap, and I think we will. High resolve in what they do, but they are not used to hard physical labor or warfare. That's fine. I doubt any of them are going to live too long. Now we have 12 brothers in our line. He does have clothes on, which is good. A lot of them, I mean, that can't be said for all of them. We'll give him a knife. Club is 15 to 25, so is the knife, and the knife will do less damage to the armor, so... Actually... Well, yeah, so, because he doesn't have, like, a lot of fatigue. I don't know if that's actually going to matter. You can dual wield, obviously. But yeah, I don't know if that's even going to matter. We might just give him the club anyways. Bernard, the monk. Messenger. Oh, that might be a... He might be a good hire, actually. Gunsbert, we'll try to remember you. We have a job here. Walter the Wise is looking out of a window, dancing a finger along the rim of a drink as he weighs his thoughts. Brigands have been taking off with precious livestock. They come in the night, the brigands I mean, and cut the bells to make off all quiet-like. I'm sure livestock aren't important to you, but 1 calf, 1 cow, 1 bull, that's a fortune to some people around these parts. So the other day, I have a lad follow the animal's tracks out of town, and now he's told me exactly where the brigands are. As I'm sure you could guess, I don't have the men to spare to take these vagabonds on, but crowns I'm not short on. If I were to cross your palms with copper, would you be willing to cross the brigands with steel? Dude, I love this writing. This like little sequence here was like excellently written. What is Gemensnacht prepared to pay for their safety? They're willing to pay 70 in advance and 270 when the job is done. So money isn't always an indicator of how difficult the job is going to be, but sometimes it can be. I think we can take this. But I'm going to ask for more when it's done. I don't like taking payment in advance, but whatever the Wilfred the Wise or whatever his name was does not want to budge, so I will accept his offer. I'll drive off the brigands at Jagged Blade's garrison, or at least try to. Possibly have several of my brothers die trying. We have a deep abdominal cut that's going to heal in 1 to 3 days. Maybe you can buy a shield here. We can. 99 crowns. I think we can spare that. And we'll put that on Werner. Or Werner. Mr. Herzog here. Right, well. From there on, let's see where Jagged Blade's garrison is. It's over here. Unknown garrison. Hopefully it's not something too bad. We'll probably arrive by morning tomorrow. On day 10. It's kind of sad that the game doesn't have seasons and tracks everything with like a real life calendar. It would be really cool if they had like a fantasy style calendar with, you know, its own names of the months and everything to just immerse you a little bit more, and also just have seasons, because that actually, in a game that like wants to be kind of gruesomely oh my god. Okay, do we want to do this? So we could attack them and get into a 3-way battle. Oh, this sounds like way too much fun. But it's also like stupidly risky, because those are going to eat the corpses of the brigands. There's a lot of them. Nah, let's not get involved. We will attack the garrison and we'll stay out of this business here. Or we wait and see who comes out ahead. No, it's gonna be the brigands. Let's attack the garrison. Some brigand thugs, we should... I haven't noticed any of the new music in the DLC. I believe there's meant to be some. Okay, so we want to hold this hill here, because otherwise they're going to get the height advantage. So we're going to put a bunch of people up ahead. I don't see any throwing weapons. They might have some in their back pocket. He should not be able to swing after he moves 3 tiles, so he should be safe over there. Let's try to go for someone who poses a significant threat, but also does not have a lot of armor. That guy has some nice armor. Looks like some pretty heavy, like basically medium armor, but pretty heavy for our boys. Let's go for this guy. Never mind. Could have gotten a headshot and that would have been awesome. Oh yeah. Let's start setting up on the hill here. And we're going to hold a straight line, because then they all have to move up and they won't be able to do anything. And then once they move up, we'll start to envelop around them. Like so. Now obviously these guys are in bad spots because they won't be able to go before these guys. Hopefully we can inflict some injuries before that happens. Right, we want to go for the one in the middle. Always go for the one in the middle. Never mind, this guy's injured. It's going to be risky. Oh, we should always go for the one in the middle, but he does have a lot more armor than this guy has. I'll try for a knockdown or knockout. It's going to inflict less damage, but it inflicts more fatigue and can stun. Not a hit. That is a hit. There we go. Stunned. Awesome. And then we'll try to go for this guy, because then 2 people can hit the same guy. Bleeding. Nice. Miss. Okay, we can still go for the same guy here, actually. Or we can go for one of these. So this guy acts in 8 turns, and this guy acts in 5 turns, 9 turns, 6. So he's going to act before everyone who surrounds him. So we'll try to go for him first. Oh, we could disarm him, actually. Oh, it didn't work. don't have many options over there, and neither do we here. This guy's armed with a falchion, isn't he? Lupa, yeah, you're armed with a falchion. And Lupa just cut this man's cheek open. Oh. Gisbert Deuces got hit, and so did Landrich. Leif, come on. Good hit. Fractured ribs. Oh my god, Gisbert. Gisbert is almost dead. Grazed kidney. There we go, one dead. Good work, Gustav. Alright, Erland. We'll try to go for this guy who's wounded. Oh, this guy's also wounded, but less chance of hit. Nice. Okay, he's wavering, he's dazed, he's bleeding, he's dead. Oh. Lupa's armor is wrecked. Halfway expecting the Darkest Dungeon announcer. I forget his name, but that guy with a glorious voice just to like say something like, you know, confidence is a slow and insidious killer or whatever he says. Right, like every time we hit us or something, or they hit us. This guy's fleeing, so we might not even have to attack him. We could just move up actually over here and try to attack this guy, because he's going to try to run away, and when he does, he's going to attack provoke a punch of attacks of opportunity. Like now he has to move through all this stuff, or he can move this way. Oh god. Sorry if that was loud. Who died? It wasn't Noble, was it? No, Noble is still alive over here. Alright, good. Okay, cool. Okay, that was amazing. I think Vinric just hit that guy in the head. Doesn't say anything about damage, which still, it's so sad that it doesn't. Oh, good. Bleeding as well. He's surrounded. He's going to die. His head comes off by Werner. I don't want to destroy his armor, technically, so I don't know if we could just, like, try to have Leif kill him. He's not fleeing, he's breaking. So we do have to hit him again to try to make him flee. This might mess up. Oh my god, we cut off his head, so we kept the armor. And Bernard lived. So, I mean, I kind of may have wanted him to die because he was so cheap, but sometimes when brothers get down and their head doesn't get cut off or anything like horrible like that, they don't get eaten by something, they might survive. And Bernard did. Or Bernard. Missing an ear. That's not actually that bad, I think. And we did get the armor. We got some Gambison, which made up a lot of the medieval armor. Gambison, excellent at stopping swords and stuff. It's just cloth, but really, thick cloth is, I mean, that's what stops bullets. That's Kevlar. Well, can stop bullets. Mostly stops knives, I think. You also have ceramic plates in modern body armor, but still. Kevlar is just weaved cloth, or like, it's not just cloth, but it's, you know, the actual material Kevlar, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm trying to express here. So we're gonna get away from these brigands before they give chase to us instead of the Noxera. Not sure if Noxera means like Lord of the Night. It would be H-E-R-R-E. I think I might have said this in a previous episode. I might just be spinning out of control. It's been a while since I recorded the last episode. I'm sorry if I like repeat myself. It's bound to happen. There's more of them. There might be a lair out here or something, where some bad shit is crawling out of the crypts. Walter the Wise leans back in his chair, folding his hands over his lap. Sellswords don't sit right with many folks, I suppose, on the account of y'all killing and destroying whole villages on short-changed whim. But I'll admit, you've done good. He nods to a corner of the room where the wooden chest lays unopened, or where a wooden chest lays unopened. It's all there, but I won't be offended if you need to count it. You do count it, and it is indeed all there. 270, and they no longer have ambushed trade routes. They are still haunted by something. Probably the Naxera. So what do we do now? We got some injuries to heal. We can slap some armor on some people. We'll put this on Lupa. No level ups this time. Oh, actually we did have one. Vinrich. Vinrich is not actually suited to ranged combat, but he does have a lot of ranged skill. Once Erland actually gets up to speed, we might give him the bow instead, but for now, Vinrich will keep it because he does have the higher range skill. We do need resolve on these boys, these brothers. I'm going to level up his melee skill, and he will eventually be outfitted with a melee weapon. Also, feel free to share strategies if you think I might, there are ways I could improve myself. If there are perks you think I should be going for, etc., etc. Share strategies all you want in the comments down below. I will not be offended by light backseating. If you get kind of shitty about it, if you get very, angry about it and stuff, I might get a bit upset and might tell you, please behave. Otherwise, I'm completely for it. Learning is good. Quite a revolutionary take, quite a hot take, I know. We have barely any food left. And grain is not that expensive here, we'll buy it. We buy cheese as well, and then sell it. I think that might be a good idea, because the other town was preparing for a feast. We have a dagger which can replace a knife. But none of the brothers are armed with knives. No, one is, Leif. And we have a few who should be armed with knives as secondary weapons. And you should not be armed with a club or a wooden stick, because it's not actually a very good weapon, but a bludgeon is. Well, I say very good, it doesn't compare to actual good weapons, but I do like how the game actually does model how just having an amazingly strong weapon isn't necessarily the best thing, because you can't really outfit a bunch of peasants with really heavy weapons that they aren't trained to use. So in this game, you have the fatigue skill. If you don't train that up, if you just put a bunch of heavy armor and a huge weapon on a peasant, he's not going to do too well with it. That stuff, it takes expertise to wield properly. Obviously, yeah. So that also makes it so that if you have an army full of peasants with super good weapons, they will actually possibly be beaten by an army of peasants armed with peasant weapons in this game. Possibly, I said. The armor value does count, or do a lot in preventing damage and stuff still. Let's go back to Gold Wall. Let's try to sell some of this cheese. That was my me putting the cup down, bumping the table very close to the mic. I'm sorry if that was loud. I like this name, Skull's Breath Mound. That sounds sinister. And then the Scrublands. Right, Gold Wall. No jobs here still, but our cheese will actually be worth less. What the fuck? Wait, the feast might be over. Yeah, the feast is over. Then we can buy food here. All this stuff is actually not that, like, it's very cheap. So I'll buy it and then maybe sell it on later on. Let's go down to Harkenstad and see what's happening there. They have amber, which we could buy and sell somewhere else. Dude, I love tea. Not like a milk in tea kind of dude. I think it's like a British tradition. I'm not a fan of it. I think it tastes like actually gross. Oh my god, cultist procession. There's a procession of cultists going through the city. A steady stream of people seemingly manifested themselves out of thin air and now slowly makes its way along the main roads. Clad in muted colors, they ring the bells and chant monotonously the name of Davkul. Okay then, these are our people. See if we can hire some of them. We can. Markwood. Sigurd. Of Katarina. Ortwin the Coward. I mean, I'm going to guess his trait is not going to be very flattering. Baldur the Architect might have built the eponymous gate. Let's get Markwood. No, we don't. We shouldn't. We only have 521 gold. Let's see if we can sell something first before we try to hire someone on. We could sell the cheese, it's actually going to be a profit, and we could sell the honey, quite a good profit as well, and the roots and berries. Yeah, we're going to sell all this stuff. The amber charge will not be worth it. We'll try to sustain ourselves on the grain that we have, and we'll try to hire someone. Or sorry, we'll try to look for a job before we hire someone. Oh, package. Ulrich the Younger folds his hands together when he sees you. This might be a strange question, but how interested are you in making a delivery for me? You explain that for the right price, such a journey would be a welcome departure from the usual killing and dying that goes on around you. The man claps his hand together. Excellent. Unfortunately, I don't expect it to be quite like that. It's of enough import to garner unsavory attention, which is why I'm looking to hire sellswords in the first place. It's going to Gemmerschacht, a day or so northeast of here by road, where a man by the name of Walter the Weiss, oh we know him, is waiting for it to fall into his hands. So you see, this won't be the departure you speak of, but it can be a fine payday if you're interested. Let's talk money. So these things don't often get intercepted. 170 crowns. I mean, we'll take it. We'll go to Gemmerschacht. 170 crowns. It'll sustain us for another day. And we'll hire Markwood. It's going to completely eat all the profits we would make. But I want more cultists. And in fact, we could just like let Bernard go. His ear gives him minus 10% initiative. It's not that bad. His stats are, I mean, they're not horrible either. And he has survived a battle, and he, you know, it creates like, it's a cool like story beat if we have a person with, or it creates like a cool, you know, part of the company story to have a man missing an ear. And he's quite cheap per day, I think, as well. You know what, we'll keep him. But we'll give you an actual weapon. And Markwood, you can go into the line instead of Gisbert for now, because Gisbert, he is hurt. So is Erland. We'll keep Erland out of the line as well, because he becomes more happy if he's out of the line. Let's leave. We have 666 gold. Most fortuitous. Brigands. Wait, were they I saw one with a helmet. Nah, fuck it. Let's not get distracted. We'll get our asses over to Goldwall. We'll go to Gemeinschacht. Get the job done. Nothing cheap here for us to buy and sell. Actually, bolts are cheaper here. Ammunition is quite cheap, at least. Goldwall, they have fletchers, arrow makers, and a beekeeper. Have we seen any like booming industries? I think the closest we saw was now some of them have been like torn asunder. This is a good place for wheat, I think. Brewery, they've got the ale. Got some wheat over here. This is probably, yeah, ore smelter. So this is where you buy the ore that you bring to these places with smithies. And we actually got the job done quite easily. Very nice. But no job in Gemeinschacht. And they have basically nothing to trade. Which means it's going to be probably a loss, a net loss maybe on the way back. We'll look for a job in Goldwall the next day. If not, we'll start the journey north again. Maybe we should visit all these places far north. Sellersborg looks like it's got a blast furnace, not actually all that exciting. Ore smelters, more ore. Might be like, let's see if there's like... You can't see armors and stuff on the map, but actually there's a blast furnace here, but no ore smelter, so we might be able to take stuff to Ravstead from that other place. No job here. Keep going. Lemberg. Back to Lemberg. Ore smelters here as well. Barracks. No blast furnace though. What does a blast furnace actually do? Isn't that like steel? Like you need a blast furnace to get the temperature high enough to create steel. They have no ingots or anything like for sale, no metals. No, nothing here for us. Let's keep going. Back to Kammersmark. This time we'll take the journey north instead of west. It is strange to me how the westernmost settlement is called Osterstrand, which means oh, okay, the brigands all ignored us, which like roughly means eastern or Easter beach. Dude, I got like actually very scared there when I saw 3 brigand companies. Alright, Kammersmark, hard contracts, might not want to take them. A lot of people who want to be hired. And they need building materials, which see where we can get those. Might want to try to buy some and sell it. It's going to be near a forest, because obviously you need a forest for a lumber yard. And Hunter's Cabin, no lumber. Yeah, we got a lumber camp here in Dunkelwald. Let's try to go to Dunkelwald and see if we can't buy any cheap lumber and bring it back to Kammersmark. They're trying to rebuild this, whatever this was. Which I like. I like how the world feels a bit alive and dynamic. We're out of food. Which means a lot of people are going to get upset if we can't get some the moment the market opens. Okay, so lumber, quality wood, it's quite expensive. It's above market price. So is everything here. The cheapest thing, honestly, it's not even bread, it's the cured venison compared to like what it actually would cost. So we're going to buy the venison. And we're going to buy the wood. And we can sell a knife and a shirt, I think. So look at what the job is. Niels of Dunkelwald looks at some of his books, perusing what appears to be a good deal of numbers. I got a shipment of particular goods going to Harkenstadt, and they're leaving soon. I need a bunch of sturdy swordsmen to help make sure it gets there safely. Should take you about 2 days traveling. Are you up for it? Harkenstadt is where? 630 crowns when it's done. I accept your offer. I don't even care. To the south, let's go. Harkenstadt was all the way over there, yeah. They also take care of food when you're traveling in the trading caravan, which is super neat. So now we can just sit back, relax, and hope that we don't get attacked by the many brigands raiding over here, which is actually like... This little choke point here is a... Oh, I saw you. And I see you. This choke point here is so dangerous, dude. Like, brigands are... This is the place brigands would have a field day. Dude, this is going way better than I thought it would. Alright, Harkenstadt. Not a lot of fighting this episode. We did kill those brigands at whatever the place was called, Jagged something. Right, and we have a rebuilding effort here as well, so we can sell some wood, and we can actually sell it for quite a lot. Amazing, we now have 1,000 crowns for the first time in a long time. And we can buy some cheap grain. Fish, not too expensive. Let's buy some grain. It's not that cheap. I think we can get it cheaper further up north. Alright, contracts available. Raided caravans, obviously, or ambush trade routes, and well supplied. Fresh wares, so many of those can now be bought for the right price. And I don't see any wares for very good prices here. Other than potentially grain. They don't even have oh no, they do harvest amber here, but it's still quite expensive. You could probably sell it for 420 roughly gold or crowns somewhere else, but I'm not going to take the chance on that one. Let's look for a job. Baldwin of Harkenstadt angrily shakes his head. Brigands have been tearing up these parts for far too long. I sent a lad, Valram's son, to go find them, and you know what? Only his head came back. Of course, the idiot brigands sent one of their own to deliver it. We captured and interrogated him, and so now we know where they're at. The man leans back, peddling his thumbs over one another in thought. I do not have the men, but I do have the crowns. When I say slip some your way, and you slip a... what say I? Slip some your way, and you slip a sword theirs. Basically the same line like last time, but... I mean, it might even be the same person, because it was in the same town, but this time it's slip sword instead of steel. How many crowns are we talking about? He smiles. This will make you a rich man, my friend. You are to receive 550 crowns when the contract is done. Ooh, okay, so that might be a hard contract. It's one skull, but it's a lot of money. I want to be paid more, and he says, fuck you. I accept the contract. Overgrown stronghold. A once proud fortress now lying in ruin. Let's make our way out there. Let's look at our fighting line. We can place someone in the line again. Those are ruins. Those ruins are quite far out. Battle site. Oh, Nox. That's a canyon. Kind of a cool terrain feature. I haven't seen it before. Overgrown battle site. Unknown garrison. Right. Well, this is the 34-minute mark now. Usually it's a 32-minute or 30-minute mark when I want to end, but I have a lot of fun playing this game. So, thank you for watching. Before I go, I'm going to imp out a couple of things. In the description down below, there's a link where if you want to buy this game, if you want to buy the expansion to Battle Brothers, there's a Humble Bundle link below. You can buy the game there. I believe you get a Steam key if you want it. And if you buy it with that link, I get a small cut. It's at no increased cost for you, and it does go like not a long way, but it does help the channel quite a bit. And I would be supremely grateful if you do so. Either way, this is the end of the episode. Oh, actually, no. Before that, one more thing. Twitter as well, down below. Follow that if you were ever interested in figuring out like what is actually going on with the channel. If you want to know, you know, if a video hasn't come out yet and you want to know when it comes out, click that. And yeah, check that Twitter for more information and news. Not good news, just or not like actual news, just memes and channel news. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.